What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. We here, me and Kay Leezy. You can hit her up at Kelly Lee all day. What's up? Talk about Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons. What's good, Kelly? How you doing?
Jay, happy Monday. How are you?
All right, can't complain. Hanging in
Hey, Chad. How are you? Happy Mondays. Ready for the House of the Dragon?
there. Yeah, so episode 6 just aired, but we could talk a little bit about just the show in general, because we hadn't got a chance to really cover a couple other episodes that I would have liked to have get to. So we just talk about the thoughts about the show in general, as well as this episode and all that. So
Okay.
yeah. So, one thing that a lot of people are having a problem with, and that's the time jumps. What do you think about these time jumps? And this was a big one, this last episode with a 10-year time jump.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts on these time jumps?
So, like I said last night, I don't like it. However, I did hear some news today that in season 2, they may be bringing back the younger cast to do some,
Flash.
flashback scenes. So we may get the fill-in pieces, but like you said, it just creates such a massive disconnect. Like, I'm not connected to the new Rhaenyra. I I get it, but I'm just not connected. I don't like it. Let's just say that it will be good if they do have the flashbacks, but for now we're in it real time, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it would be good if we could have got a linear story, and at least grow some type of attachment to the
Yeah.
characters. Yeah, and but everything happening so fast, and then with the actors being changed, then
Ugh.
then it's like restarting all over in your mind again, in a
Mhm.
way. So it is making it a little difficult. And then I'm more of a only the TV person. I'm not a book person. So or
Yeah.
or both. So I'm not going off of all that stuff. And yeah, I could get the books and read it, or look at videos of people that fill it all in, but I don't want to do that. I just want to see the
Yeah.
visual, the MCU sort of thing. Yeah, the comic books can say all of this, but the
Let me see
MCU
what
is
they're giving it. I feel you, Jay. Like, I do
yeah.
have some information, but what I'm trying to do is just not even hold on to that for this experience. I just want to experience what they're giving us on the television show. I don't want to draw reference to the bit of information that I do know. I
Mhm.
just want to stay, it current in real time with this show experience. I'm glad that they're changing it up so that the diehard book people don't hold on to the stories that they have, because they are changing it up. So I appreciate that. But I'm just going with the show experience. So I'm not even thinking too much of what, I have in my mind about it. I want to enjoy it. And the jump did not make me enjoy it.
Yeah, it's hard to make you care to a certain extent,
Yeah.
because you just saw them. But yeah, I like how they kind of given a little something for the book people, as well as for the visual people. But um you know we'll see how it go. I don't want to try to blend the worlds and then be explaining
Yeah.
or wondering and this and that. For those
I
that
don't
do,
like doing that either.
yeah,
If I know like books and stories, I try not to attach it. I'm just gonna watch and then enjoy that the experience by itself. I try not to put the two, even if I think my brain I could compartmentalize that much to say, let me just enjoy what it is.
right. And yeah, not to say that ain't the case, but I would have to go back to get the books. Had I have read the books maybe before and then they come out, then that's one.
Hmm.
So, but I don't want to go back to it and do it. So, what do you
Go
think
back
about
and do it.
not doing it like that?
Hmm.
Um, so one thing that I'm hearing a lot and seeing a lot is that everybody think Alicent Hightower is doing
The
too much.
ultimate hater, Jay. The
Yeah, the
ultimate
hater,
hater.
the bad one. I seem like I'm on the island and
You
seeing
are.
it differently. I'm starting to see that.
You are on that island. It's okay, Jay. We in waving distance.
Right, right. So tell me again, why is she the hater? Why is she the bad one? Because I don't see her doing nothing different than anybody else. But okay,
She's a hater because that was her best friend, right? Granted that, because a point taken here, I'll give credit where it's due. She had no control over being with the father, right? So it's not like if I went around sleeping with your dad and you caught me or whatever the case may be. So she had no control over that, right? So Rhaenyra got in her feelings. She should have. However, you going in too much now. You got to protect your people and your kids and whatever, but you a hater doing it because you so mad that you got to let her you got to call for the kid just to show, because remember at first when we saw that move, we didn't know there were two other kids in the picture, right? So that, and she gonna be slick. Only haters say shit like this, Jay. Maybe you try again and see the next one look like you. That's some hater ass shit, Jay.
she said it quietly in his ear, though.
That's not
Yeah,
point. That's
it
not
was
point, Jay.
slick. It was slick, but she
Of
didn't do it
course,
out
I'm giving
loud.
you the facts.
Right.
Why is she a hater? So the haters don't have to say it on a blowhorn, right? They just put the little jabs in piece by piece by piece. Okay, so yeah, she's doing way too much, Honora. I'm telling you.
Let me
Right?
ask the guys right quick because I've only heard ladies weigh in on this. Guys, is Alicent a hater and doing too much? All right,
Yeah.
go ahead, you can finish. Miss Crafty said hater in bold.
Hater, exactly. Thank you, Miss Crafty.
Why is
Capricorn
she
still
salty
need to
and
hate.
bitter? What is she salty and bitter about?
Because Christian Cole gave Rhaenyra the pain. She got pissed off from that moment on, right? She wasn't
She
even.
got mad because she knew that she swore up and down Rhaenyra didn't do it, and then she looked dumb when she found out.
She swore up and down Rhaenyra didn't do it with
Right.
her uncle,
But
right?
she was like, okay, I
Rhaenyra
was
just didn't
wrong.
kiss and tell. She didn't kiss and tell, man. They just started back talking. She's unrealistic, yo. She's wilding and she's a hater. They wasn't even talking. They just started talking back like yesterday. And then I had this event and whatever. Because I ain't tell you it was Kristen Cole. I told you it wasn't my uncle. I ain't lie about that. Right?
Okay.
Oh, yes, because remember they were both giving him the sweet eye when he was playing the joust, right? So they was both giving him that, and now boom. So she mad that Rhaenyra got the Christian Cole and she had to lay down under her sore husband, right? Stinky man. She was hating. All of these things is what made her vex. And now you have a vendetta against Rhaenyra because you want to check out to see if the Pickney have gray hair. Oh, Jay.
Okay, that was a great point that you brought up that I didn't think about. I'll give you your props on that they both was sitting there at the first episode kind of like, ooh, he's Dornish. And all over Christian Cole. They was. And then she finds out later that they didn't smash, but she ain't going to break her little vows and duty. And she's stuck with, vampire in Brooklyn over here.
He does look terrible, Jay.
The first White Walker, you know what I'm saying? She got to go ahead and play with his little paper mache pee-pee. Paper mache made out of newspaper or whatever. So, I mean, that's a good one. Maybe she like, damn, she having good young men. And I'm with this old dude.
I'm with this old grandpa. Right.
Yeah.
She didn't sign up for that. At first her father made her do that and she was young too. So she got caught up in that. Rhaenyra, she's hot crotching around. She could go out on the town, sneak around and do this. She can't do none of that stuff.
Well, here's the thing, though. So she was very naive Now, Draco Asher said, I mean, she didn't have to sleep with him. Otto wasn't that powerful like a king. Couple things with this. He was powerful like a king. He was the hand of the king, who was the most powerful person next to the king.
Next to the king.
So he
Right.
was powerful like a king because he was the hand of the king. He was the only person more powerful than him was the king.
But Jay, he knew what he was doing.
Wait, let me finish. She didn't sleep with him. He didn't sleep with her till after they was married. What happened was he told her the king is having a hard time. Why don't you go and spend time with him and comfort him? Now she was about to, when he said put on that dress, she thought, what the hell? But she still was thinking that she was comforting. She was surprised when the king chose her. She wasn't expecting that. What you think?
What? Jay, it was a setup. You gonna put on your mama dress.
She wasn't part of the setup. She got set up by Otto.
She got set up by her father, yes.
Okay.
She told her to put on the mother dress, the big woman dress, right? To support him, because he set up the esteem of it. It wasn't just like go with your little girl dress and come, let's read these stories and boom, bam, bam. No, put on your mama dress, right? And go in there and be present. So when now he's looking for somebody, there's somebody who's present, and you give this little 9-year-old chick, the little girl, right? You put that in front of her, but there's this womanly presence in front of you 24/7, reading you books, talking about your little Lego house. So she was a pawn. She was put into position for that purpose. I don't know what he's doing.
I agree, but I'm saying she didn't have no part. She didn't do it. She was played, just as well, is what I'm saying. So
right. So that part I agree with you on. She didn't have any choice in that matter. Her father set her up as a lamb to slaughter, and the king was like, "Boo, you mine. Oh, I'm gonna get married, and it's you." So I agree with you on that point, Jay. You're so right. But everything else, hate her.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about the Christian Cole when they was younger. She could be sleeping with him now, but she probably be afraid that she get pregnant and it'd be a bastard. So she don't probably want to take those type of chances, but she probably would want. He all up under her now. I mean, he probably would love to be, but then again, he ain't giving that up no more. I mean, he ain't celibate no more. He might as well.
But here, what happened? Like if you have like females. Some females, we got a gay best friend. That's who he is now, because both of them salty about Rhaenyra together. Okay, so they have that type of relationship. They don't have
a gay best friend.
Yes, because that's what we do. We'll call and we'll shoo. So that's what they are. They have a hater in common.
That's true. They do.
Right. So he's not a man to her. He's like her best friend now in with a common enemy. You see when he called her the C word, how she didn't even, first of all, she didn't kill him. She didn't cut off the peen, and she's not, calling him out on treason. That's her best friend right here with the common enemy. She not looking at him like that.
Okay. All right. Now, what do you think about that Rhaenyra tried to make a peace offering and say, let's marry our kids together and join the house? That would have ended everything.
But she wants war. She woke up today with vengeance on her mind. It don't matter what Rhaenyra say to calm that water. Alicent is on level 10,057.2. Okay? She don't want no peace. Rhaenyra's trying to be strategic. She's trying to play the field to her advantage as well. I prefer you to be, my ally, wink, wink, as opposed to my direct, blatant enemy, because she's not showing her that she's even willing to go along with any kind of camaraderie or diplomacy. She hating on her outright and hard.
The king was happy at this proposal.
Yes, because the king loves his daughter. The king he never reneged. He never reneged on that day when He talked to her in the crypt. He never reneged on her being the heir. No matter how much Pickney Alicent had, the king, and no matter what kind of stuff, he missing fingers in her arm and piece of his back and his stomach fell off and all this good cheerful stuff, right? He never reneged on that. So he's gonna go to bat for her because this is the only thing he's ever showed. He's been consistent with that.
That's true. Samara, welcome to the family.
Hey, Sister.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome. Glad to have you part of the fam. Looking forward to having you. You already been a part of the family already, but now it's official.
Я зроблю йому пропозицію, від якої він не зможе відмовити. Ти прийшов у мій дім і просиш скоїти вбивство за гроші, та просиш ти без поваги.
Now part of the family.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you know, this woman got up with her milk leaking and all that. She tried to make that proposal.
I've seen those days, Jay. I remember those days. They're not too nice. They're not nice at all. They're so embarrassing.
Yeah, Alicent should have, you know, took that as she was being legit. And that could have ended all the problems that she was stressing over.
Another check on the hater list.
That's a big check on the hater list. I can't ignore that one. That's a hater check right there, because that would have ended all your problems.
Yep.
You know, y'all houses are combined. Why would they do that? Now, yeah, they may say that when the king dies, they want her son, but if her son is married to the family, all of it, it's all the same family anyway.
That was what she wanted. She would have gotten what she wanted at the end of the day, but she's full of salt, full of big old salt right now, Jay. And that's why we don't like her collectively.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of salt, this brother, he started driving a salt truck in that 10-year period, because this man salty, boy. He got his kids getting punked by Christian Cole. Can't do nothing. Can't really tell his kids that he's their dad, but he's giving a loving touch and embrace.
Yes.
And now he got to go away to the club. We be clubbing in the club, just like Players Club. It ain't in too well. It burned down.
No.
I know he's salty. What's up with this man right here? What happened? What you think?
I'm so sad that he dead, Jay. I'm so sad. Like, what? He was supposed to be a hero. I'm so disgusted that they killed him off that way. We be clubbing. I can't stand him now. I want him to go, but you know, in Game of Thrones fashion, they be the ones that stay around the longest, the ultra evil ones. So, I'm really sad about his character. Yeah, I think that she gave up the stuff because he saved her in the most heroic way, you know. So, you know, women like that, you got to fight every day to prove your love. So, yeah, I couldn't understand how they got together. He had his eyes on her, and she definitely wasn't getting it from her husband. So she had to take care of her needs. And, you know, Kristen didn't want to be a whore. So, because it would have been him. But I'm still holding on to the fact that I would love that eldest kid to be Kristen Cole's kid. But I would love that spin. Since they're spinning everything else around, why not?
Yeah, that's a good one. We could talk about that. So what do you think? Because the time jumps leave so much to be desired. Maybe they will go back in season 2 and fill in. Did she drink the juice, the noni juice? Did she drink that noni juice or not?
The Plan B tea? Yes, Dave. I want to see it. I want to know. I want to know if the first son belongs to, you know, Kristen Cole. I would like that to be the outcome if it happens. But we don't know how old the kid is.
Yeah, he let go of that virgin sperm, man. That boy was strong, man. They made it to the finish line. They was warriors.
You know, that's how they say to get a boy, Jay.
I do. Get the virgin sperm.
Hey, so you I don't know what to say.
I ain't never heard that one. That was funny. I ain't know what to know what to say with that one. But what do you think? So people say that might be the child. Will he find out? What would he do if he found out? What would happen?
I don't know, Jay, and that means that they will have to. They're changing stuff anyway, so I'm not too sure. But maybe one day he's getting wicked. So the eldest child is 10 years old, Lenora said, and
That's
then
what Laura says
so
now.
it could be, Jay. It could
Now,
be
old boy saved her around the same time too.
right. So she could have passed off the jacket.
Right. When did they start?
When he saved her.
That night. I expect payment, my lady. I saved your womanhood.
It didn't go like that. She went like, That's how it went.
Time for me to stab you with my sword.
With his sword.
It's time for me to pull out my dagger.
Yes, there's pure sword fighting in this show.
Right. I'm going to give you a right good poker.
I'm done. Yes, I would like it to spin that way. Yes.
Renee say it is Christian's child. So I wonder, how is he gonna find out? What is gonna happen? What is gonna be done? That's gonna be a lot. So who knows how it's going?
I want to see it. I want to see it. I 150% want to see it happen. But and I want her to be like, "Oh, you being wilding out, da 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 da," but that's your son. Gasp! Clutch at my pearls. All of it, Jay. I want the excitement.
Right. Now, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for the TV people, so I ain't gonna say what I do know. Well, I know about from what I've heard from the book people about what may happen in the future with Rhaenyra, so I ain't gonna say.
We don't know yet. Okay. I think I know.
Yeah, when she leaves. So let's go a little bit before that. Look at you sipping the tea, so you don't spill it. Do you think it was smart or a good idea for her to leave her daddy alone with Alicent? Now, Alicent, I think, has grown over these years to not like him. Remember, he got off the little cart and fell off, and she just looked like, please don't get up, you nasty little.
She's a hater.
Man, I would think that most people would probably be a hater in her position. No, she's in a bad position.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, she's in a bad position. So
nah, she extra, Jay. I take it back. She mad extra.
I think she could be doing a lot worse. Like after seeing Cersei, I can't see her as bad as Cersei yet, or as the hater the worst yet. Because we know how bad it could get.
We got a lot more to see then.
Okay, then there we go.
Because I think she has the potential to grow in her dirty behaviors. Okay? She has all the potential.
Makes sense. Do you think that Rhaenyra should have left her daddy alone with her and all the people?
I'm torn, 50-50. At this point, she knows the battle is over. At this point, you understand? Maybe not the war, but this current stage, because she already knows that it's not just hater that she needs to be concerned about. It's a big picture. She's taking care of her. Right, and the kids, she's looking out for the protection of her kids. However, the other side is her father has always shown that he is riding for her, period. So he's already saying, don't talk about these kids. That's treason. We're going to have you're going to have to pay for that stuff. So her father was still trying to protect her, but then again, he ain't a man of war. So is he going to go the full 100 to make, I don't know. So
yeah,
I think
that's part of his problem is he's been trying to keep the peace, and maybe he ain't putting his foot down like he should.
Okay.
And so I don't know. She's not, because she's a woman, maybe she's not gonna take that type of authority she had to move differently, and since Alicent is literally next to him in the room, she got a closer ear right now, and it's hard. She's fighting an uphill battle, so
And she got to protect her kids too, Jay. I think it's the
that's
kids
true.
too.
That's
Yeah.
probably why she really left more than anything,
Mhm.
because she could have probably stayed, but she don't want her kids to grow up getting punked and bullied and feeling some kind of way or becoming mean and evil, which they say the Targaryens flip a coin if they go mad or crazy or evil. So who's to say what happened? I know I be hearing some of these names, and as a TV person, I be trying to think, did I hear these names in Game of Thrones? Is this the Mad King? Is this the one that was doing this and that or whatever? So
Okay, so you would try to pull it back to see what the connection is.
yeah, I go from the show though, not from the book.
I feel you, Jay. Me too.
Yeah. So I mean, just without giving too much specifics from what you may have heard, how does the kids turn out? What do you think?
Bad.
Oh man.
You
All
don't
the
want me to say
kids,
no more than that.
all the kids are bad, or just Alicent, or just Rhaenyra's, or whose?
Allison's second one.
Well, you got real specific.
You asked, Jay.
I said just Alicent or Rhaenyra. I ain't saying
My bad, Allison. Scratch what I said. I'm sorry, Jay.
it's all right.
I'm malfunctioning, Jay.
It's all good.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, he probably, because he got punked and bullied the most, and then he wondering, was that the one that said, "Am I the bastard? Is he my father?"
No,
That
that
was
was Rhaenyra's son. That's Rhaenyra's first son.
oh yeah. You said Alicent's son. Okay, I got you now. The one that little piggy rider.
Yeah, Christian Cole's son was the one who asked if he was the bastard.
Right.
He don't even know that that's his not the daddy is not the daddy either.
Yeah, that's something. So she must not have drank that tea. But who knows?
I wouldn't have, okay, so tell me what you think. Would you have thought that she drank the tea? I wouldn't have drank the tea. I couldn't drink the tea.
Why not?
What? You drink the tea, that means you're confirming something happened. You gave up your chastity. So it would have been only right for me to be like, boom, set up the scene. Let me get married now. I know this is happening, and I'm gonna line up. I'm not trying to say like if I know how to line up kids, Jay. I'm just saying in the story world that it could have easily been lined up that way. You know what I mean? I'd have never drank that tea. You wasn't getting me to confirm nothing.
If that was the case, I would have tried to pick a dude that had similar features then to make it blend in.
You don't
Especially back then, there wasn't no blood tests and all that stuff. So,
but she didn't know. Because say, for example, look, Alicent has different color hair. Her kids came out with the red hair. Is the father the only one to pass that white hair? So the kids could have came out with her hair, but they just didn't.
Yeah, but both of these parents is some white hair.
Jay,
that's not the good.
Look, you looking at the picnic and be like, "That's your father." That's it.
It was like Gorbachev from we saw that little red head.
Was it blood? Was it blood on the baby's head or a birthmark? Was it like because baby just came out? So was it like a patch of blood?
Let me see if I got a picture. I thought it was a little Gorbachev they had. Little Gorby. I don't know. It could have been blood. Who knows? I know that's the first thing that came to my mind.
I'm dead.
But who knows, man. We'll see how it all turned out. Miss Crafty said it was tiny strands of dark hair. Okay.
She's so eloquent.
I know, right?
Tiny strands of dark hair, Jay.
So speaking of the dark hair, well, she ain't dark hair, but black woman with the white hair Why she died? I just hated that she was gone so soon.
Me
As soon
too.
as we saw it, I mean, she looked so. I don't normally like a blonde hair, but they look good with this right here.
Yeah, they picked a real good lady, and the hair looked really beautiful on her. I'm upset too that all we got. So first of all, that whole character got what, one episode? She was
Right.
young. Another episode, she was middle aged, and now she's grown with this. What the hell? I did not like that whatsoever. And
Yeah.
they could have given us more. I just don't know what on earth the the end game is in regards to how they want us to, get attached to these characters in this story. Remember when Ned Stark died? We lost it. What? He's a
Yeah, we loved
star,
him by then. Yeah.
right?
We thought he was the star of the show. I mean, he was the star of the first season.
Really? What episode did he die in? He died in the first.
Like the sixth or the seventh episode or something like that. Eighth, seventh, eighth.
Really? It was that long? I thought he died sooner.
Well, he was in prison for a couple episodes, and so his role was getting smaller. So you may probably feel he was gone sooner because he was sitting in the dungeon for a couple episodes.
Okay, because I didn't watch the reruns when they had it in, so I'm just going off my memory on the first time. But I know I was losing it when he died. I was like, what?
When they killed him, I was like blown away. I was so shocked.
Yes.
Especially coming from zero, never reading any of the books or anything. I couldn't believe they killed the star of the show.
Right. They killed the star. I was just like, well, because me either. I didn't read any of the books in advance. I was just like, what on earth is going on? Okay, the 9th episode. All right.
Yeah, Tonette says the 9th episode, he died. So I said the 7th.
That's the 7th or 8th. You were close.
Yeah, I was close, but I know his role diminished because he was in the dungeon. You know, in like a couple episodes, screen time went down towards the last couple episodes because he was locked up. What he was sitting there? What they gonna show him sitting there?
So
we saw him talk to Varys in the basement.
Oh, I was so mad about that. But coming into this one, I decided I'm not holding no attachments to these people. Nope. I gotta wait till season 2 to start forming some level of attachment, because in pure Game of Thrones fashion, they're gonna take out people that we end up liking in season 1. So I'm not getting attached. So I don't know what they're gonna do. And that's why I'm not so mad that she died, because I'm like, well, first of all, they didn't even give us 2 episodes of her to really love her. So,
and also you told me, for those we all talk, if you all ain't joined the channel, you need to join the channel like Samara. We talk in Discord and all kind of stuff. So you told me weeks ago when we was talking Game of Thrones that Daemon and her would eventually get married and have kids. I'm like, okay, well, next season we'll see this and that. I didn't know in the next episode type stuff. In 2 episodes, I'm like, damn, that was quick. She was a kid. She was 10.
They was good to get together.
Yeah. And so how old is Daemon? Like, if she looked like she was 30 in this episode, so he like 50.
No, come on. Well,
I was a grown man at the joust. She was like 10.
All right, so let's think about it. How old was Rhaenyra when
he at least 10 years older than her, maybe 20.
Kristen Cole, I don't know the ages. Kristen Cole
is not aged a day, but Rhaenyra is aged like dog.
Remember I was in Discord going off crazy about that when they first changed it. You were trying to calm me down, and I was like, no, Jay, this is not making any sense at all.
Yeah,
right?
They could have kept the same actress and just put a little Asian makeup or something on her or something.
Right. Damn. Yeah. But hold on, Rhaenyra was what, like 16 or so when she got with Kristen Cole? So this is 10 years after, say 10, 11 years after.
16, 17 to 25, 27. You kind of look the same. At least I did.
No, Jay.
I look very similar.
I do look similar as well, but
I mean, I still, some say look 20, but hey,
I told you that yesterday, Jay.
I know everybody can't do like me. With that being said, no, but you know, normally people don't age that much. It depending on where you start. So, like, if you have 40 to 50, maybe you may look a little more, you know, aged than that. But 20, you know, 16 to 25, a man maybe or a woman will get more filled out, maybe. But a woman is normally almost fully grown at 16 anyway.
No, Jay. No, Jay.
Okay.
No. Sorry. I'm not
Women
gonna let you go so that these nice women in the chat don't come at us. I ain't gonna let you go no further. Okay.
I'm saying women bodies mature faster than men. So a young man at 17 may not have hair on his face, skinny face, and 25 a beard, got grown jawbone. Whereas the woman, some girls may look like they have a woman's body, some at 16, and you know they get older and similar. You know, so I'm just saying. She shouldn't look so much older is my point. This is what I'm saying.
I agree with you. Right. I would have just dressed her up a little bit more because you see, we grew to like her, right? Okay, yeah, we grew to like her, the younger one. We got an attachment to that character. But now it's like, what? This new one here, I don't like her. I'm not feeling her like that yet. She needs to grow on me a little bit more. Let's get a couple episodes, and then by the time that probably happens, the season is done.
All right, Khadijah A. Hall, you got the last question of the night. She said, speaking of Game of Thrones, how y'all feel about Jon Snow getting a sequel? Kay Leezy, I'm gonna let you have it first. What you think?
I'm here for it. 150%. I'm here for it. You know, we love Jon Snow. I wanted to see what happened. I was one who was not happy that they sent him to the wall. Jay knows I've ranted in Discord a million times that I'm pissed off about that. So yes, I want to get more info. And I think they said he has a lot of creative control in this. So hey, bring it. I'm ready.
Okay. And yeah,
if this didn't happen, I was going to watch that, no matter how mad and pissed off I am about the ending of Game of Thrones. And I don't know, everybody in the chat, like, who liked how Game of Thrones ended and who didn't like it?
You know where I stand. For those who don't know, I didn't necessarily agree with it, but I don't dislike it, if that makes sense. I mean, yeah, I would have wanted, you know, the happy ending proverbial thing. And different things to play out, but that's not how life always play out. And so, hey, I get it. You know, it's not the worst to me. And so, I that's how I am with it. But where I was upset is that they only did like 6 episodes when Jon Snow's still alive. Let's see him go do what he doing in the woods and stuff. Like, I wanted it to keep going then. So I was mad that they ended the show because I'm like, well, let's follow him into the north of the wall. Let's see what happens. So I was ready to stay in. So I'm glad that they bringing it. And I would have actually rather been watching that probably now than House of Dragon, because this is irrelevant. It's 200 years before. So we already know what happens almost. It's not like Raising Kanan where we know the actual characters. I'm not a book person, so we don't know these guys. You know, we know of their families, but, you know, we don't know these guys like that. We know Jon Snow. We watched him for 10 years.
We love Jon Snow.
Right. So I'm already in for that. I know his whole life story. Shoot.
Right. You know nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing.
Right. So I'm trying to learn more, Jon Snow.
Hello. But Lenora said something, but here's what happened. Remember, Jon Snow was a bastard too. So he had the dark hair, but he was a bastard too, just like Rhaenyra's son. So they have, you know, she said that Jon Snow was a Targaryen with black hair, but he was a bastard too.
Good point. Targaryens love bastards, don't they?
What the hell? You know, if they got
Jon Snow wasn't a bastard. because we later learned they got married before it happened.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
lived his life as one. I know what you mean, but yeah.
Yes.
He didn't even know he wasn't one until it was.
But he wasn't a pure one because his mama wasn't one. So when you mix it up, that's when you get the brown hair.
Right.
I guess. So black hair,
and
whatever.
He still was a dragon rider, so we could see the brown hair is still dragon ride, and they know how to ride that thing.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'll say, one last quick thing, right quick, because I'm surprised old girl that got killed in this last episode wasn't fireproof. But Daenerys is that something that how does that work? You knowing a little bit more about the books, what do you think?
I don't know anything about that, but Daenerys wasn't fireproof, and then we saw Daemon fly through the friggin' fire, so he had to be fireproof too, right? Because he didn't get burned when he flew through the fire from that big ass dragon.
Yeah, I guess
he flew straight through the fire. Remember the big dragon blew the, and he came through it.
But also, it just I might be thinking a little too technical, but I know when you have fire in the air like that, if depending on where you stand, it may look like you went through it, but the flames may be dissipating as you going through it. So you may, I know I may be thinking about it too much. So
yes,
I don't know. He
you
may
saw
not
that
have
big
through
thing
it,
of fire.
Yeah. I'm saying he may have went actually through the open flame, or it may have been going out. I don't know.
It was not going out. I did get technical too. I was like, maybe the force and trajectory put an air bubble around him, and that's why he didn't get. I got there too, Jay. So,
right. Yeah. Khadijah, I agree. They should have did the Mad King. That would have made way more sense. We know a little bit about it. We could tie it together to what's happening. It was a lot of action and craziness. The book people don't know every little detail as much as this. Although from way the books is written, it seemed like it can be tricky from what I'm learning. So,
but that book was a book. That book, I think, was the only book written in that that type of setup with the points of opinion, differentiating the stories.
That's not all the books are written. Okay. Lenora said, "Tell him, Kelly."
Yeah,
tell him good.
Thanks, Lenora.
Hey, I appreciate all y'all for coming through to the House of the Dragons breakdown. I appreciate Hot D. And Kelly, always appreciate you for coming.
Thanks for having me, Jay. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Samara, welcome to the family. Good. Looking forward to having you come through. Exactly. And everybody, I'll see y'all on the next one. And we out of here. Peace. We out.